1.
Wow.
And we're back.
We're back. Hey, round of applause because we are back. Should I hit it one time with the applause?
Yeah,
hit it one time.
I think it's that one.
Yes, we are back.
We're back, baby.
I know.
I'm back and I'm better.
You guys missed us. We are back with another episode of the Dopamine Flow. Damn,
that was good.
Yeah,
we're good.
I think it was well worth the wait.
It was.
Just for that one part. Ready? It's almost like we're recording the dopamine.
Do it again.
All right, we're not in sync. We're gonna take another break.
You know, we're taking another hiatus. Yeah. We'll try again in a couple months.
Yeah, but it's good to be back on the dope. Come on, Chacha, work with me here. Work with me.
You gotta give me some kind of warning.
We're supposed to be in sync. You're supposed to know that we're recording. All right,
okay, no, be for real. Be for real. We're gonna be for real now.
All right, as you could probably tell, we're on different vibes.
Yeah, we're not sipping on coffee anymore. The new year hit us hard.
Yeah, we traded the coffees for some margs.
Cheers.
So, salud.
Let's make sure to not get it on this thing.
Cheers to recording another episode of the Dopamine Flow.
Okay,
damn. All right, that was worth it. Okay. That was worth it.
If anything made it worth it, it was that part.
We just wasted 30 seconds of your life.
I'm so sorry you had to deal with that. Yeah, but we're back. We're
back.
Better.
Yeah.
If you saw Anthony's, well, you would have seen it when this episode comes out. It was obviously a week ago. But we played a little April Fool's joke on you guys.
Oh, yeah. That was
and funny. Anthony was like, oh, they thought. Because, like, some of you guys responded with, like, sad faces. We were really like, are they going to believe us? Are we going to start seeing our follower count go down?
Yeah, I hope not.
But we're back and we're better.
Yeah, thanks for sticking with us. I know we had, like, so our last episode was during Christmas, like that Christmas break.
Yeah.
And so,
right
as you can probably
Christmas.
tell by the title of this episode, we're going to dive deep into why we took a break, why we were on a hiatus.
Yeah. So
we recorded last in December.
gosh.
And she's still complaining about the heat.
Dude, I don't know. You guys really don't know what I put my body through to be here today. Because Anthony will not crack a window for the sake of any background noise.
I don't want any sirens, any horns, any
so,
honks.
Here I am, about to pass.
So our last episode was a Christmas gift guide. Do you remember that?
Yes.
That was a while ago. Yeah, it was December.
That was right before Christmas.
And so we took a break, as anybody else would for the holidays. You know, just spend time with family, friends. Busy. A lot going on.
Yeah, I think during the holidays we just had so much going on. And we were kind of just like, obviously we had like a bunch of like overlapping schedules and we just like couldn't find the time where we both could like meet and record. And just like we wanted to be present in the moment during like the holidays, New Year's, like kind of get our, you know, the New Year situated and not have to kind of like feel pressured or kind of obligated to like set a time apart when we knew that we were going to be just so busy. So that's part of the reason why we took a hiatus. Also, if you want to explain.
Also, if you probably maybe you didn't even realize in our last episodes, but we got this. We had this sick road. It's called the road. Was it road? It's a podcaster. I don't know.
I think it is.
Anyways,
the podcaster.
Yeah, the Roadcaster Pro.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's cool little board that allows us to have different effects and stuff like that. But it would just go off on its own whenever we would tap like the couch or something.
If you ever heard this, I don't even want to hit it because it gives me PTSD, but I'm going to hit it for the one time.
Hit it for the one time. Yeah, hit it again. I'm done.
I'm done with that.
Anyways, that would randomly go off. So I sent it in to repair because it was still under warranty. I'm like, yo, this is my 4th time using it, and this thing's super sensitive.
Like literally, if my hand would go like smack down or like for whatever reason I would hit the sofa cushion, it just would go off. So we were like, we can't just be having this.
And so I was like, you know what? We're taking a break. Let me send this in. And it was perfect. They sent me a brand new one. Yeah. Brand spanking new.
So now we have no excuse.
No excuse. We're back in the stew.
We're back in the studio. But yeah, that was part of the reason why we took a hiatus. And honestly, it was a little bit longer than we planned.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah.
I think we planned for like February.
We did. Yeah.
And
we just got busy.
yeah, life happens.
Life happens, and that's okay.
We all know that life happens. So we're here now. We will be continuing
Yes,
this journey.
yes.
So if you didn't want to watch us, too bad. We're back.
And you know what? Now's a perfect time for me to do my shameless plug-in. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, notify button, and just follow along with us. And yeah, we'll be in for a treat.
Yeah, we have plenty of things to get into. I feel like we're already in April. Holy I don't even.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, we're already in April. So we have a full year of topics of life to get deep dive into. So make sure to subscribe because we're not taking a hiatus again.
Yeah, we're going hard this year.
Yeah, we're on our grind. So we will be actually super consistent. And
yeah. Speaking of this year, give me a life update. What's
updates.
changed since December of last year?
Honestly, not much. I thought this year was going to be super slow and I wasn't going to have any plans. And like, obviously I had not a bunch of New Year's resolutions because I think we talked about it. We were like, I don't really believe in New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, I was trying to remember what mine were. I'm like, uh-oh.
He didn't have any.
Stop drinking too much.
As you take a sip. A giant gulp. No, but I think one of them was just like not to feel pressured into like the new year, new me kind of thing. Like the first couple of weeks of January was like new year, same me. Because honestly, I was like, no, I don't want to feel pressured into like the whole New Year's resolutions things. But I think this year I just want to focus on like the things that truly matter to me and like living life to the fullest. Just because like life is so short and it constantly reminds you, life has its ways of like reminding you that honestly your time here is so short. And I just like have been having revelations of just like honestly, truly just focus on the things that matter. Everything else is kind of just like situational and it'll pass. But this year I'm like, okay, I'm just going to be selfish and do things that I want to do and just kind of like take time for myself and like not really worry about what other people like think that I should be doing or things like that. Cause like, as long as I know that I'm good, like that's truly what matters. So I have a bunch of trips planned now. And at the beginning of the year, I was like, I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm going to focus on my financials. Like, just like not get it together, but kind of just like focus more on like being an adult.
Right.
And then I booked like 3 trips to Mexico.
That's being an adult.
Yeah. I'm using my adult money to book my flights, not feelings. But yeah, so I have a bunch of like trips planned for this year and honestly just like making the most out of it because I feel like not a lot of people get to do that, especially like with their jobs and life and stuff. So I'm like, if I have the chance to, why not? Yeah. So yeah, I'll be going to Mexico City next week.
Damn, TFTI.
So if you see me in the FA, if I come back with WhatsApp.
Oh, she comes back with WhatsApp. It's
Mind
done.
your business.
It's done.
No, I already have it because I speak to my tias on
it.
But yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been doing. Like the past 3 months is just like chilling, doing things that make me happy, like being with people who I love, and then hopefully like the rest of the year that goes that way. Just like maintaining that same like perspective of truly nothing really matters as long as like you know that you're good. Like a lot of people get caught up with like the mentality of like, oh, what do other people think I'm doing and things like that. So I'm like trying to not think that way. My therapist told me that, by the way. She was just like, don't worry about what other people like, as long as you know that you're like in a good headspace or you're doing things that you like. So yeah, that's my life update.
Damn, I feel like I just got some free therapy from that.
That'll be
some new life hacks.
I'll send you the invoice later.
I was like, you know what? I agree with
He was really.
I was like, damn,
really
I resonated. I was like, maybe I should. That's what I should be doing too.
There you go.
I don't know.
But yeah, what have your life updates been up to? Same old.
I've been chilling. No, it's fine. I think I don't remember what my New Year's resolutions were, but I think for the most part, it was more so about.
I don't think you had any, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think when we talked about it,
I don't know if I shared it. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I mean, but for the most part, I always saw as like this year, you like focusing on myself, building myself up, but as I am other years too, but kind of building upon that and keep on layering stacks and stacks, you know?
Yeah. You don't want to be stagnant either. I
exactly.
feel like, yeah, you have to change something
and that's my thing with me. Like, I don't like to get comfortable. Well, okay, this is my thing. I like to get comfortable, but I choose not to, because I know in the comfort, nothing changes and nothing grows.
Yeah.
It is when you're outside of that comfort that you begin to grow.
Yeah, and you experience new things.
Exactly. Like. And so that's kind of what I did actually for this past 6 months. I was doing an internship with a luxury clothing brand, which was really cool. I wonder which one it is. So that part of that was like stepping out of my comfort zone and, you know, trying out new things. And that was really awesome. Love the people that were there and everything.
I feel like it really developed you as a person too.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I could genuinely see like yourself being more like comfortable, like around new situations. Because like you were constantly being around that at your internship.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was like explaining to people. It's like, you know, just when you step outside of your comforts, when you really grow. Yeah. And so, So I mean that was well. And so right now I'm just kind of like just keep on continuing with that building stage, focusing on myself, but you know, keeping my options in mind open at the same time.
Yeah, because I feel like I said, like even though you want something really bad or you feel like you're like on the right track to something, and then when stuff doesn't work out in the way that you were like, oh, but it was literally set up perfectly for me, or like things like that. I feel like you're already set for the letdown of it because you're like anticipating so much, which is part of the reason why I was like New Year's resolutions aren't for me, because I feel like you just gas yourself so much and you focus on like not really your resolution, but just like completing it. Like you kind of lose focus on like what you're really supposed to be doing. And you're just like, oh, am I going to fail at this? It's going to be another like resolution that isn't made. Then you're like, okay, well, eventually I'm going to fail, because that's kind of the mindset that you're already having, is just like, well, I need to do this because it's one of my resolutions, and you're not focusing on the resolution itself. So I feel like when you kind of let that pressure down, you're letting life like give you options,
right?
And you're not just set on one certain like path. You're kind of like,
that.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you want something so bad, you're like tunnel vision on that one thing, and you're kind of closed off to other like great opportunities that may come. And if you're just solely tunnel visioned on that one thing, you're not going to obviously be like, oh, well, this is a great opportunity too. Let me take it. Because you just want that. It's like the shiny object like that you want.
You know what? I'm going to play devil's advocate on this one too. Because, okay, I kid you not. And I don't say this in like a cocky way, so to say, but more so like I understand I'm blessed.
Yeah.
But I always get what I want. And I'm not sure if that's because I'm like, I'll be honest, this might be some zodiac shit. I don't know.
No, you're also
my zodiac sign or something. Like, I don't know.
You're the second person who I've heard say that.
Yeah, I'm very like, I persevere. You know, if I see something and I want it, like that's mine. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to get it. Yeah. Even if it takes a couple of weeks, you know. Years. But hey, it's mine. And
I'm going to get it.
Just let it happen. I'm gonna get it. Let life happen. You know what I'm saying?
No, honestly, I had the same conversation with another person, and they were like, I think once you have your mindset on that, like it's definitely a mindset of like persevering and getting what you want, whatever. But I feel like to a certain extent, you have to have that mentality, because at the end of the day, what's meant to be is definitely meant to be. And if you're so focused on just like getting that one thing, just because you want it, or because like, I think if something new comes along and it isn't made up in your mind as big as that one thing that you wanted, you're kind of like disappointed, even though it's a great opportunity, or it's like it's something that's not bad and it's going to also elevate your situation, but because it's not what you wanted in your head, right. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't want that. Like they throw it to the side because it's not what you wanted.
Let me ask you, do you believe in manifesting? Or like explain to us like,
I don't
like what you feel that is.
I don't think I'm like a firm believer in manifestation. I know that there's like certain things that you have to do as a person in order to maintain your life in an order that you want it. I don't necessarily believe like, oh, if you say this, if you do this, like blah, 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 like it'll happen.
It'll happen, right.
I think it's just keeping a positive mindset. And like, I guess some people, I don't know, manifestations, like definitions of whatever, I think it's very different and it's based on like what your beliefs are.
That's true.
For me, it's like God has a bigger purpose for whatever I want in my life. And even though I may want something, I know that if it's not in my plan, in my life's plan, it's not going to happen for me, no matter how much I really want it. And at the end of the day, I think that mindset kind of is for me, because then I'm not like, oh, well, I'm doing all of this and it's still not happening. Like, what's wrong? I'm just like letting it loose out of my control, because whatever's meant to me is meant to be.
Yeah.
Like, and I know that whatever way it plays out, I'm going to be okay with. Because I'm not set stone on whatever I'm like making up in my head that I want, you know?
I like
know,
that.
it's weird. A lot of people are like, oh, well, if you do this, if you do that. I'm like, but what if that's not meant for like me?
Right.
Just because I want it, like that doesn't mean right. That doesn't mean it's meant for me.
I haven't seen a lot of TikToks on my For You page. I'm not going to lie.
Nah, you got to change up your algorithm.
No, but okay, so hear me out. So I have always been very, like, I've been a skeptic about, like, all that. You know what I'm saying? I don't really believe it. But, all right, so there was this one thing back in, like, August, right? It was August 8th, because it was 8/8, right? It was called the Lionsgate Portal. I saw it on TikTok.
Oh, you deep dove.
Well, I saw it on TikTok, like, the day before, right? And they're like, oh, if you've ever wanted something, you know, in your life really bad, tomorrow's a perfect day. And I'll tell you why. And so I was watching it. They're like, it's when, I don't even know, Venus aligns with so-and-so with the moon. Anyways, they're like, tomorrow's a day to manifest whatever you want in life to happen that year or something like that.
Okay.
And so I said,
Did you do it?
Well, okay. So I told my coworkers, I'm like, yo, there's this thing called the Lionsgate Portal.
Wait, what coworkers is this? Because I just need to.
Yeah, but current
okay.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, what are you gonna do? You gonna roar like a lion?" I'm like, "Yeah, 8 times if I have to."
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. But let me tell you something. I manifested 2 things, right? Tell me why they happened on that date.
Oh, you know what? I remember.
Yeah.
You told me this.
I tripped out, and I kid you not, my coworkers tripped out. They're like, "You're lying." I'm like, "Bro, look at this email. I swear to God, like this is real."
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
someone was talking to me about this.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I need that Lionsgate Portal to come back to open up again.
Can it be like a monthly subscription?
Yeah.
Can I just do this a couple times?
But you know what? It's crazy because like, it's like maybe it wasn't so much. It's almost like a placebo effect.
Right.
You know, maybe it wasn't so much about, you know, 8/8, August 8th, Lionsgate Portal, but it was the actions you put into it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't know where I'm going with this, but I just felt like something like.
I feel like
I think I'm speaking to myself for a second. Damn, future Anthony or past Anthony needed to hear future Anthony.
Yes.
Pay attention. Sheesh.
Yeah, I think honestly that's what I'm saying. Like I think life just works out better, and it works out in your favor the most when you just let things take its course and you're not necessarily being like waiting for something, because at the end of the day, if you're constantly waiting for something, you're going to be disappointed when that thing doesn't come. So I think keeping an open mind and just like being positive and like changing your perspective. I know this year, me and Bree, like we're talking about this. Sorry, Bree, if you don't want to be mentioned, but here we are. We were kind of just like, when the new year started, we were like, oh, like, what do you want, like, out of this new year? Like, in your work life, whatever. And she was like, we were just talking about, like, being, like, grateful and doing gratitude and just honestly shifting your perspective, because at the end of the day, life is way too short to be focused on, like, the negatives. So now we have, like, a running joke, like, at work. We're just like, all right, live, laugh, love. Like, keep it pushing.
Home goods.
Literally, no. I wrote it down on a sticky note. And, like, the kids think it's hilarious. But honestly, it's, like, something that I look at, and I'm like, all right, it's not that serious. It's like when Kim Kardashian lost her diamond earring.
Right.
And what was it? Courtney was like, there are people dying.
Damn, people are dying.
Yeah, that's literally where I'm at. I'm like, there are literally people dying. Like, it's not that serious. Like, everything will pass. So I think that's honestly the focus that I'm focusing on this year. and just living my best life.
Nice.
Just living life.
Love it.
Yeah. But other than that, everything's pretty much the same.
Right. Like life updates. I mean, life just kind of happens, and we'll see what happens along the way.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes you're putting in the work, and the work ain't reciprocating, but hey.
I'm just in the bag, but I don't want to. I want the bag to chase me. No, yeah. But pretty much that's it. I think this year, like, is going by really, really fast. And, like, I feel like I have so many things planned. But I always, like, constantly remember what this saying that my grandma says. She's always like, si Dios quiere. And, like, honestly, it is. Like, if it is in God's plan, it will happen. So I can only hope that those things happen. But I'm not going to be disappointed if they don't happen. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my tita. Wise woman, that lady.
Hey, one time.
Wise woman, that lady.
If I had air horns on here, I'd throw on the air horns.
But yeah, that's basically it for the life updates. I know that we have a lot of eventful months coming up, starting with baseball season.
Yeah, which is crazy because I was going to say I haven't seen you in a while, but I literally saw you last night.
Yeah, we see each other sometimes.
Unintentionally.
And then we ran into each other yesterday at the Dodger game.
Crazy.
Which was crazy.
So last night...
Because we were planning on seeing each other and then we didn't.
We didn't.
We were literally like maybe a couple feet apart and we didn't run into each other. And then I was watching the game and you showed up. I was like...
Yeah, so it was opening weekend at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
Really cool. So a lot of, new stuff, new lights, new food and stuff like that. God, so yeah, me and my boy, my little bro Giovanni, we were walking around. I think I don't know if we're looking for what were we looking for? Beer. Cut waters and beer. Yeah, maybe it was. I was gonna say the restroom, but maybe it was.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, you're right.
It wasn't.
And I don't know how it happened. He looked to his right and he's like Chacha or something like that. I don't know.
Well, you were saying hi to somebody else.
Oh, I was. Yeah.
And then I look and I see, Gio, and I'm like, what? And then I see you, and I was like, we found each other.
And then a line started forming to take pics with me, and then it, got a little hectic.
The fans just kept coming. They were like, Anthony,
when's
is that you?
When's the new episode dropping?
I can't stand you. But yeah, we were there. Honestly, it was a great time. It felt so good. I've noticed because I have different friends who don't really like baseball, whatever. And honestly, Dodger baseball is so different to any other baseball, I feel like, because of the fans. And when I went to a D-backs game, I think I've mentioned this before, it was so boring. I went to an Angels. Do I want to admit that? Yeah, I feel like I have to now. Okay.
In the spirit of transparency.
Yeah, in the spirit of transparency, my godfather said he disowned me because I went to an Angels game.
Damn.
But it's because it was a free ticket, and I'm the type of person I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
If I don't got plans, I'm gonna go.
Sure.
It was not worth it though. It's just sucks. There's just no vibe, whatever. It really makes you appreciative of being a Dodgers fan.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah, the vibe is there, the atmosphere is there. They got DJs playing merengue and reggaeton, music. A lot of, and then hip hop.
Yes.
They have new lights. Did you see that? New LED lights.
When Mookie hit the home run.
Wow, that was crazy. So they have these new LED lights, and every time a player hits a home run or anything of that sort, they throw on these strobe blue and
white.
Red. It just looks totally cool.
It's sick. Yeah. And so we were there, and honestly, it was the first game of this. We lost, whatever. It is what it is. But I was just so excited to be back.
Yeah.
So excited to just be back at the Ravine. You know what I'm saying? It was just a vibe. And honestly, we had a great time. Drinks are amazing. Obviously everything's overpriced, but whatever, it is what it is. But I think it made me so excited for baseball season to be back, and the World Baseball Classic obviously set up that for me because Mexico made it to the freaking semis, which was crazy because I don't know when the last time that ever happened. But then Dodger season's back and we're in there, and it's just I'm really excited.
It's funny. I had told my friend. I was like, yeah, it's pretty ironic because I said that this year I was emotionally detaching myself from the Dodgers.
You said this last time.
Yes, I did. I feel like I know what it's like to be in a toxic relationship because, all year long I'm there supporting, putting my money and my heart into it. And then towards October, I'm at my very high. and I get let down.
Yeah, every year.
Every freaking year.
Every year.
And then I say, you know what? No, I'm done. I'm not doing this again.
Yeah.
Then the rumors start, and I get a little excited. And I said, all right, I'll give you one more chance. I'll come back. I'll come back one time. You know what I'm saying? I got the you up text from the Dodgers. Yeah. I'm like, all right.
On my way.
Yeah. And then here I am again, like a clown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Boo
like,
the fool. Insert the picture of Rihanna dressed as Boo Boo the Fool.
I told myself this year, no, I'm not doing it. I'll probably be a Red Sox fan if anything.
Oh.
However,
because of Kike?
Yeah, well, because you got Jansen, Kike, Turner. Mm-hmm. You got like half of our Dodgers on there.
Yeah. That's so sad.
And I was like, how ironic. I said that, and here I am on the second game of the season.
Yeah, literally. I was like, is it too soon?
And I was like, I want to go to the bobblehead nights.
I'll be back there tonight.
Yeah. You literally will.
I will.
Crazy.
Honestly, I think it's just, I don't think it's toxic. I think you just find the good in, I think it's romantic.
Oh, please.
Am I? No wonder. No wonder.
La tóxica.
Yeah. No, I'm the dumbass.
Oh, you're the one that keeps going back to the toxic one. Yeah, you're right.
But I think honestly, it's just like, how could you not want to be a part of that?
Yeah, it's tough. It's and that's what lets you know you're not like a fake fan.
No,
you know what I'm saying.
I will
you
be
still
through
ride
them.
with them.
Yes, exactly. Like I will, even if they're the worst team in the league, I will. Let me not say anything. Let me just shut the fuck up for a second. No, but I think honestly, like it feels back. Like I feel like it's getting like the spring in motion. Like it's been cold and rainy.
Yeah,
like,
it is good to have Dodger season back. And
yeah, you have something to look forward to. I feel
right.
And they're so fun. So that plus like Lakers
have a nice little date night. You know what I'm saying?
I actually have been seeing all the Twitter memes. It's like what the one where they're in the car.
In the car, yeah.
I'm like, that's so true. I like it.
Just like it. Don't retweet.
Yeah. If you see it in my likes, mind your business. But honestly, it's true because I feel like that's such a big, like, it's even in dating culture.
Yeah.
Like in LA, that's something that you do. Like if you pop out at a Dodger game, like it's serious.
Right.
Or if you don't pop out,
And if you get on the kiss cam and you dodging it, ooh, Sancho.
No, that's my biggest fear.
Damn.
One of my biggest fears. I won't say my biggest fear, but I'm like, oof. When I went to the Laker game and I sat courtside.
Okay, just had to throw that in there.
Humble flex, no.
I was 10 feet from Drake, courtside, that one time.
I didn't mean
that one time at Crypto when I was in the owner's suite, the chairman's suite. Yeah, that one time.
I was sitting in the owner's chair.
Yeah. But what happened that one time when you were courtside, Chacha? Please do tell the listeners.
No, okay. I didn't mean for it to plug in that way, but it led.
See, you forgot what even happened. You just married your courtside.
I had 3 or 4 people send me texts or like on Instagram. They were like, "I just saw you at the Laker game," and I was like, "Oh, like where were you sitting? Whatever." They're like, "No, on TV."
Oh.
I said, "Oh." And mind you, like I was with my cousin, like it wasn't anything serious, but I was like, it just makes you more mindful of like, oh. Like, there's people who are watching,
That's true.
Like, you never know when you're going to end up on national TV. So, for all of you guys who are thinking about taking your girl or your side pieces to...
And that's why I wanted to have the windows closed. No, but I feel you. Like, Dodger Stadium, going back to what you're saying, Dodger Stadium is a vibe. I love everything they got going on. The culture there. And speaking of which, we were kind of like, what the heck? Freddie Freeman, his walk-on song.
Wait, no. What was it?
Titi me preguntó.
Okay.
Yeah, it's because his son, Charlie, right? Yeah, something like that. He chose
it. He
looks
like a Charlie. I hope it's Charlie, but he looks like a Charlie.
He chose a song, and this is a couple, like, I think it was like a month or 2 back during spring training. He was like, yeah, I had to look up the lyrics. I didn't really know what it meant.
And then he was like, well, he doesn't really know what it means, so it's okay. It's because he's such a wholesome guy.
Right. Which, you know what, actually brings us to our next topic. Because I think this one...
I had to take a big gulp because I knew where you were going with that one.
We got to talk about it.
Leading into this segment.
So this segment is called Let's Talk About It.
Or Anthony read an article.
Oh, yeah, true. Or I read an article.
Anthony read something.
So I'm pretty sure you've been hearing the rumors, which now are no longer rumors because there's been photo evidence.
Yeah.
of Bad Bunny
Ben.
with Kendall Jenner.
Yeah.
How do we feel about that?
Look, I've had so many people ask me how I felt about it. And I never really answered because I was like, honestly, I don't care.
Right. That's been my thing.
Yeah, I was like, honestly, I don't
his
care.
Life.
Like, it's his life. Who am I? I'm not his girl. Like, honestly, it's celebrity stuff. And I think I detach myself so much because I'm like, truly, it doesn't fucking matter.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that one, I was like, I think because I'm so emotionally attached to this man. Toxic. You know what?
That's why I had to ask you. I was like, how do you feel?
Hold on. I see a repeated. I'm not talking to my
We're all adjusting. We're like sitting up in our seats.
I'm gonna talk to my therapist about this one because it's a little interesting. But no, I think because he made like so many, well, not so many comments, but like he made this fire album, then he like made this fire music video to go with this song about like the gentrification and like all the people
and just building up this like Latino power, like culture.
And bro, he's broken so many records,
and broken barriers within the music industry.
That's what I was gonna say. Not even just in the music industry, just like I think we talked about this, like how he kind of was like the first breakthrough artist to like get his music on like English stations, like Power 106.
We talked about
remember?
Yeah.
So I think because that happened, and then it kind of like gave us the spotlight for once. Yeah. Where it was like, okay, like we can also be in the top charts. Like now people are breaking out like regional Mexican music. Like
which is crazy.
Like and they're having collabs with like sick people, other artists. Like, bro, Bad Bunny had a freaking collaboration with Gorillaz.
Yeah.
Like, that is like, come on. Like that is just two different like worlds combining.
Genres, exactly.
Yeah. So I think because that happened and then he went on to like do all of this, I think that's why so many people, I won't include myself because I don't think I feel that strongly about it because I just don't care about like his situation, whatever. It's like a relationship. But I think that's why so many people feel so strongly and like, I don't know if betrayed's the right word, but I think like hurt.
Yeah. You know, I've seen a lot of, again,
especially Kendall, like, oh.
Right. And
come on.
I've seen a lot of TikToks where it's like, you know, girls, they're just like they're saying Bad Bunny, like his songs just don't hit the same. Yeah. It's not the same. Right. Like you listen to it and you're like,
I saw a bunch of people like, they were like, oh, I'm done with my Bad Bunny phase. Like it's Rao and
and
Fercho. And I was
like, you know what's funny?
Like low key.
You know what's funny? I guess subconsciously, I've been in my Rao phase.
Me too. Yeah.
Like I love Rao, which by the way, like, are you going to the concert or no?
No.
Yeah, see, I really want to go too.
I want to.
But I had this like perfect image in my mind of what that would look like, which I'll probably need another drink. I can't stand this. But anyways, it's still to come, so hey, maybe we might be there. We might be there.
This conversation started it.
But anyways, yeah, I saw a lot of people saying like, oh yeah, like Bad Bunny's canceled, this and that. It's Peso Pluma's time, which by the way, on a side comment.
Yeah, Mexico, like.
Sheesh, el doble P, you know.
He came out with a song with Bad Bunny, Becky G.
Yeah.
That was fire.
Yeah, Peso Pluma's just crazy, hitting the charts right now. Literally, if you look at the top 3 songs, I think on Spotify, Mexico or World, no, it's Mexico. They're all featuring Peso Pluma.
Yeah, he's fire.
It's freaking crazy.
He's fire.
This guy is like, and you know what? It's funny. I saw that, again, I saw the TikTok. I guess I'm spending too much time on TikTok. I saw the TikTok back then where he was like,
it's your I read an article.
Yeah, that's my new I read an article. I saw a TikTok where he was like on the guitar and he was just like drunk and he could tell this probably had like some perico, someone else. Yeah. But like just the emotion in his face when he was singing, and I saw it and I generally thought for the first time I was like, this guy sounds a little weird, but I like it for some reason.
Because it's different.
It's different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then he blew up and I was like, oh damn.
Yeah, I remember hearing like a snippet of the new song.
Yeah.
And I texted my cousin, and for the life of me, I couldn't remember who this was. I was like, but it's such a distinct voice. Mm-hmm. And then my cousin was like, oh, it's blah, 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 whatever. I was like, I love this. And I'm not, if you know me, I'm if my cousins are probably the ones that are going to agree with this. I'm like, I can only take so much of it.
Right.
I'm like, I'm over it. Like, you know how some people feel with reggaeton?
Yeah,
They're like, I can only do so much of it. That's how I felt. And now I'm like, this is actually like, I mess with this heavily. So I think now that all these, back to what we were saying, all these artists that are breaking out, whatever, like opening kind of like the doors for other like Latino artists, Latinx, whatever, they're kind of like hurt because it's like, especially Kendall, like who her family has been known to like.
And the reason why this is such a big controversy is because of his lyrics in a song, right?
DJ,
DJ I'll clip it right here. No, but did you see that Times Magazine article?
I saw
you read the article
on Twitter.
You read the article.
I didn't read an article, but I saw a snippet on Twitter.
Yeah, so let me read a little bit about it.
Say it to the people.
All right, so as you know, in the song El Apagón, he says, "Ahora todos quieren ser latino."
Yes.
No, pero les falta sazón.
Can you rap it?
No,
like that,
pero le falta sazón.
There you go.
Pero le falta sazón.
And saying translate.
Like, it means like they're missing the seasoning. They don't have the seasoning. Because when you think about like, okay, I ain't gonna go.
No, go there.
The
Keep it 100p.
The cooking chicken. The cooking chicken. In the spirit of transparency. The cooking chicken, no seasoning.
Nada.
You know? Us and everybody else, you know, they're putting some whatever you want, rosemary, paprika, pollo sabor. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about different cultures. You know what I'm saying? But them, you know, they'll just put no seasoning. So that's what he's saying. Le falta sazón. And so for the longest, Bad Bunny kind of represented that Latino like movement to power up, to grow up. You know, not grow up, but like
no, I'm not gonna say an
what's
idol,
the word?
But he was like our
revolutionary
spokesperson.
guy. Yeah.
He was a Latino spokesperson for like, especially in music, bro. Like he broke so many records, like so like honestly, it's crazy. Like it's honestly revolutionary. Like in music, like if you talk about music, you know about music, like this is gonna go down. Like he went down in history. Honestly, like people will know about him for like forever. But I think the reason why a lot of people is because it's like, come on, bro. Like how are you gonna say these things, represent our people? Talk about like Logan Paul and like Puerto Rico and like, especially the Puerto Rican people.
I forgot about that, the Logan Paul thing.
Yeah, like the Puerto Rican people, like, look, I'm Mexican, like, yeah, we have our own, like, but Puerto Ricans, like, they feel really strongly because it's their island, like, that's their home, whatever. And then for him to kind of be like, backtrack, and who's to say, like, we're anyone to be like, oh, like, you can't date people because of whatever, blah, blah. But I think it's just like the image, like, what? And also, it's like, if it was a PR stunt, like, what were you gaining?
It's still unfolding. Maybe it is.
Right?
Yeah.
Because in my head, I'm like, I'm so convinced it's a PR stunt. Come on.
Well, that was the other thing. So, do you remember when he was spotted at Laker games with different girls?
Yes. The white girl that was in Arizona.
Exactly. The one that went up to stage in Arizona.
Dance, yes.
Yeah. And so everybody's like, what the hell? What's going on? He's with the new chick every week at a Laker game.
Yes.
But then
courtside.
we were courtside. We were actually the end of the joke because that was part of a music video that we didn't know about. We're like, damn.
It makes sense. Duh.
But this one, I just don't know because now his lyrics is being used against him.
Yeah.
His fans are like, what's happening?
And I think this is the worst PR. Well, I don't know. You're in PR, kind of. Yeah.
Sure.
I was like, but like, my thing is like, what do you have to gain? Like, you literally are the biggest name in the world right now in music. What do you have to gain? Like I don't think anyone could have made you a better person in that light, in social media light, whatever, in like the culture. Like, why did you have to attach, like, if this is a PR stunt, those are my questions. Like, why because obviously, like, okay, NBA stars, whatever, they get seen with Kendall Jenner. It's like, oh, okay, like, cause she's bigger than them in media, whatever.
Right.
I could see why they're like, okay, like let's have them date, whatever. Let's have them like go on a couple of dates, seen together, because it'll uplift their image because she's so big. What does he have to gain? Like, it just doesn't add up. The math isn't mathing.
Well, let me read a little bit from the Times Magazine.
There you go. The article he read.
This is what he says. He says, I was upset, but now that feeling has passed me. It's not like I feel that right now. It's good to do what you want. And the same for other artists that are gringo, white, that never would have had the opportunity to work with a Latin artist or do a song in Spanish. And now you see them looking at Latin music because it's on top. It became cool to be Latino. He goes on to say, when asked who his music is for and about his critics, he says, if you don't want to listen to my music anymore, that's okay. That's fine. Someone will like it. I do music for those who want to listen to me and for those who want to connect with me. If you don't like what I'm doing, I'm not going to do something else for you to like it. If you don't like it, well, brother. Brother. There are plenty of artists out there, and perhaps you'll find someone you'll like.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's
kind of heavy, though.
No, he's
that was kind of heavy,
though.
but he's saying like, I think he's just doubling down on his like, this is my like relationship. This is who I am. If you don't like it, get lost.
And, yeah, I don't.
But
have
that's
to
kind
like
of like a cold in my eyes. That's kind of like.
Yeah. See, okay. I don't think I would ever, unless you're a terrible person. Yeah. Unless I'm not gonna. Yeah. But unless he was dating the worst person in the world.
Not playing.
Don't care.
No,
Chris comes for you.
Yeah.
Chris. No, but I think if genuinely like, unless then I would be like, okay, like what's wrong with this guy? You know what I'm saying? Because then I would be like, okay, like she's a terrible fucking person. Excuse me. Like, why would you feel the need? But she's just literally like, they're all celebrities. Like, and yeah, whatever. Her family is known to like culturally appropriate, whatever. All that stuff. I think that, but maybe it hits more because it's about the culture for us and for him, and like for them to be known to do that. Now, like the puzzle pieces are kind of adding up why people are so like annoyed or whatever. But I would never fault anybody for like their relationship choice. Yeah. But I understand the reason why people are hurt.
You're right.
Like I do understand that. I get it. Me personally, I'd be like, his music's great though. Like I'm not faulting unless he like was smacking babies or like, you know, kicking babies. No, because that's what I'm saying. Like, unless he's doing something where where he has to be canceled in that way, then I'm like, okay, like obviously you can't. But because he's dating somebody, like that's his personal choice. Who am I to? Yeah, I'm gonna be hurt about it, or I'm gonna be like questioning things. But like that's his personal choice.
Like we said in the beginning, you know, I'm also the same way. Like I don't really care about celebrities and what they're up to. It's kind of like, I don't know, that whole kind of culture around it. It's kind of like
when
weird
people
to me.
obsess. Yes. Oh my God. When people obsess over things, I'm like.
People obsess about other people's lives is kind of weird to me, but I get it. I get it.
Funny.
Yeah.
Haha, weird.
Yeah. But, you know, we're talking about it just for the sake of, you know, it being.
It was a big topic.
Right. And we had to cover it.
And we're part of the Latino culture. So I feel like our opinions, like, I mean, are kind of important. Yeah. But I know a lot of people who were like on TikTok. Yeah. And I was like so over it. I was like, ugh.
And you know, we had to cover it because we had to talk about
it. We're just here for the people.
But let us know what you guys think. What do you guys think about the Kendall and Ben situation?
Yeah, that's
it's not
crazy.
Benito, it's Ben.
That's crazy. I say that now too, but it is true. Like, also, it doesn't make sense. Like, how do they speak? Yeah, not to say like people can't. But like really, like what is?
She got to translate his songs just to know what it's.
Yeah, she don't know what the hell is going on. She really do not know. So I'm like, it's just so many questions. That's why I feel like I haven't invested fully into it because I'm like, I just have so many questions that it doesn't make sense. So there's no reason for me to be upset about it because it's not my business.
Well, who knows? You know, I think things are still unfolding.
Maybe by the next episode
we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll have it figured out. But do you think it's a PR thing?
I don't know. I thought so at first, but maybe. I don't know.
But then he dropped the article that you read it. You're like,
It could be two powerhouses joining up for something. No. Let us know what you guys think. But as you were saying about, you know, in the future episodes, we have a lot in store for future episodes. So we're going to announce right now that our upcoming episodes will be the first ones that we have with guests.
Yes.
So I know a lot of you guys have been asking us, hey,
let me get on your cover letters.
Right. Let me get on the potty waddy. You know, I want to speak about this. I want to speak about that.
Yeah.
And we got a list forming. I kid you not, because I have people.
I have people too.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, all right.
It's probably the same people.
Just tell us what you want to talk about and we'll do that. So if you want to be a guest on the podcast, hit us up, DM us, drop a comment, let us know.
Leave your applications at WMEflow@sbcglobal.com.
And a Chick-fil-A gift card.
Yeah, we're prioritizing based on what we gain, personal gain.
So it'll be good, but yeah, I mean, it's good to be back. It's good to be back here in the studio.
I'm really excited for it felt like. I don't know. I told Anthony when we walked back in, I was like, it's been so like.
Yeah.
In the spirit of transparency, Anthony forgot how to set up.
Yeah, I was like, oh damn, I forgot. Where does this go? What does this do?
But honestly, it felt so good to be back because I know even like when we ran into people, when we went where we were at the Dodger game. Before that though, I think we were at Aleworks.
Oh, okay.
We had people like saying like, when's the next podcast?
Right,
or like,
yeah.
did you post something on the Instagram while we were on break?
No. This was like before break, but I did have people coming up to me like,
yeah,
when's the next episode coming out?
Well, yeah, because I remember getting DMs like, oh,
yeah.
like when are you guys filming again?
Right,
like I'm waiting for the next episode. And I was like, I really miss it.
Yeah.
Like, it was just something that obviously like we do it for fun. We do it like to, you know, talk about things, whatever. And it's like to talk about, you know, everything else going on. Like it gets serious, but it's also like we just do it for fun. It's not like we gain anything from it. Yeah. Not yet. Sponsors.
Hit us up.
But
BetterHelp, Manscaped, everything.
I was trying to think of the ones.
I see y'all sponsoring everybody else's YouTube videos. Hit us up.
But yeah, I think that was one of the main reasons. I was like, it was honestly so much fun, and this is fun for us. So I think sharing that with people who genuinely want to be a part of it and like have followed, have listened, want to put their input in and like come on and be a guest, like I think we're at the place.
You guys.
Yeah, we're at the place now where we're like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Like we can definitely see the ball rolling in that direction. So I mean, if you got some topics,
hit us up.
If you want to sit, I don't know where they would even sit.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. They'll sit right here with the mark on the side. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think that it would be great. Like I know a lot of people want to be a part of it and are a part of it still now, but it's going to be great to have people on and actually like giving their 2 cents. And like obviously like you have a boy girl perspective, like we want a third person who
Let's
can
hear it.
Yeah, who can be devil's advocate.
Maybe someone less toxic, more toxic. I don't know. You tell us.
Not
we don't
toxic
know.
at all.
We don't know.
But yeah, so we're really excited for that. Leave a comment and just hit us up, honestly, if you're interested in doing that. Yeah.
So if you've been with us for this entire episode, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. You can catch us on the great world of YouTube where you can see our lovely faces.
Yeah.
You can listen to us on Spotify Podcast, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio. You can even go, hey, Alexa, play the Dopamine Flow podcast.
I don't have an Alexa. You were supposed to get me an Alexa for Christmas.
You're right.
That is crazy.
That was for Christmas. You're right. It's in,
it's in the box.
I gotta find it.
It's in my Amazon cart.
Yeah. But thanks for messing with us.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Honestly, being very patient with us because we were trying to figure it out, and here we are. And you can't get rid of us now, so we will be back.
There it is. Well, that's all for today.
Love you guys.
We love you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.
Bye.